Yeah.
Tiffany, how did you get to leadership? What brought you to this point?
Part of it is being a leader myself, working in global organizations and seeing, honestly, a lot of bad leadership. Well, and I think it's because we don't train our leaders. I think I saw something last month, research around 70% of those that are promoted into leadership are never given the skills and knowledge to do their jobs.
Oh man, that's a big deficit if there's a lot of people being leaders and they're not trained.
And this is why we see such bad leadership and toxic work environments. So we need to fix this situation. And this is really why we're seeing this huge, what I call a reshuffling of the workplace, because people are, employees are not taking it anymore. So we need to build that leadership. It's different than being an individual contributor. There's different skills that you need to develop your team and encourage people to do their best work. And not everybody is, best suited for that. You can learn leadership skills, but that's what I'm passionate about, developing the next generation of leaders. So it's a more humanistic view of work and not an industrial mindset, old age, command and control.
Yeah. And so did you, in your experience, you're training these folks, but did you also have bad experiences? Is that what sort of led you to this point?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had leaders that threw me under the bus, would take credit for my work, not support me. So yes. And a lot of those stories I captured in my book and, in my perspective of, I took little notes, what not to do as a leader.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad that you said that because I'm an entrepreneur now. And I got to tell you, I think I've always been an entrepreneur, even as a kid. I just didn't have words to put around it. But I started my professional career as an employee. Perfect. Fine. No problem. But over that span of about 20 years of being an employee, I had some things thrown at me. I mean, and look, especially as women, can I throw that out there? Especially as women.
That's real.
And I've had bosses, leaders, quote unquote, curse at me, yell at me, and as a young, terrible behavior. Yeah. And as a young woman, I took that all on. I just absorbed all of that. That was my fault. And my goodness, finally, and then as I started to age and I got a little bit older, I'm like, I will never treat somebody the way I've been treated.
Yeah. There is, and I will talk about this, but you should always treat people the way you want to be treated.
It's a golden rule.
It's global. It's every single culture and religion has that. So let's be decent to each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Being kind isn't that hard. It really isn't. It is a choice.
No,
it's a choice, but it's not that hard. Okay. So, all right. So we're talking about leadership, Tiff. So can I call you Tiff?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rolled off the tongue. Okay.
I love it.
So what does a good leader look like?
Yeah. So I've got a couple of things. And I one of the chapters of my book, I really dive in overcoming the challenges of leadership. The first thing is firefighting. And again, when we step into that role of individual contributor to a leader, we tend to manage tasks, right? So everything that's immediate in front of you, there's always a fire that's going on. Your boss has pressures, you have business pressure, and it's easier just to try to stomp out that fire right there, right?
Yeah.
It's easier. It gives you a bit of satisfaction, but is it really going to give you that long-term value for yourself, your team, and your organization? So I say, stop the firefighting, stop and think about what can I do maybe differently, or focus on what's the systemic issue or what's going on here? Like, just ask some questions, be curious. Yeah. So that, because I see a lot of leaders spinning in that firefighting mode, and a lot of organizations, let's face it, reward that behavior. So culturally, that could be a challenge.
Okay. All right. Culturally, that could be a challenge. Yeah. It's teach a person to fish, right? Teach them to fish, let them fail.
Yeah.
Because, let them fail a little bit and guide them instead of doing for them. Right.
Oh gosh. Yes. Yeah. That's what you're there as you're developing and helping to build people's skills and hopefully tap into their strengths as well.
Thanks for watching Practical Talk on YouTube. Listen to full episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And while you're there, be sure to hit that subscribe button.